Bhagavati Sudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shubhodaya. Krishna 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna, welcome you all for this Saturday morning session. So today we will go through the chapter which titles chanting the song sung by Lord Shiva. So I would pray under the lotus feet of all the assembled Vaishnavas. Though with whatever little qualification I have, I will try to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam with the Uttama shlokas which are given by Srila Vyasadeva. Whatever I have read from books of Srila Prabhupada and heard from senior devotees. So I would request all the devotees to bless, and with your kind permission, I will try to recite this chapter. This is a very big chapter, especially this is also called as Rudra Geet, like whatever the song is sung by Lord Shiva in this chapter. And it is having 80 shlokas. So I know I'm very bad at reciting shlokas, but I would try my best to recite few shlokas, which are chosen by Lord Shiva in glorifying the Supreme Lord. So in the previous chapter, let me know if you're able to see my PPT. Can someone confirm?
Yes, Prabhu, we can see.
Okay. Can you see now also?
Yes, Prabhu, yes, it's
Okay,
visible.
thank you. I'm just trying to navigate through different pages. So I just wanted to check if you're able to see. Yes. So in this chapter, so previous to this, we have seen how Prithu Maharaj and Mother Archi, his wife, they have attained the Vaikuntha Dham. So in this chapter, we'll see the genealogical line of Prithu Maharaj, the further genealogical line, like who comes in this Prithu Maharaj's lineage. And then we'll see how the Prachetas, who come actually under the line of Prithu Maharaj, they meet Lord Shiva, and how they meet, in what circumstances, why they meet. We'll look into those details. And then when they meet Lord Shiva actually glorifies the Supreme Lord. And that is actually also called as Rudra Geet. So these are from 33 to 68 shloka. And then in the last, Lord Shiva, he guides these prachetas how they can chant this Rudra Geet, in what mode, in what way, and what is the falashruti of reciting these prayers which are given by Lord Shiva. So this is very high-level synopsis of what we'll be going through today. So in the first few verses from 1 to 15, we actually see the lineage of Prithu Maharaj. So we see that Prithu Maharaj eldest son, Vijitasva, right? So he takes up the kingly position after Prithu Maharaj departs, and he is having his younger brothers. So he assigns each of regions to his younger brothers. So north, east, west, south part of his empire. So he just divides it to their younger brother and he asks them to rule. And this Vijitatsva, because he pleases Indra. So we all know this episode when Prithu Maharaj, he wanted to complete this 100 horse sacrifices. So when he was able to complete 99 horse sacrifice and he was about to do that last 100th sacrifice, we all know how Indra, he disguises and then he steals the horse. So during that time, Vijitatsva, he actually recognizes Lord Indra, that no, Lord Indra has come in disguise and he's stealing. But he never stops him, nor he questions him, because he understands, with a mature mind, he understands that, like Lord Indra is a great devotee and he's a great demigod. So obviously there would be some purpose if he's doing this. So because he had that maturity, so Lord Indra, he was very pleased with Vijitatsva. And then he gave him the benediction that he would be able to disappear at his will. No, he can disappear at his will. So that is why he is also known as Antradhana. So that is also another name for Vijitatsva. So now Vijitatsva, he had two wives, Shikhandini and Nahabhasvatai. With Shikhandini, he had three sons, Pavaka, Pavamana, and Suchi. So it is mentioned that all these three sons, they were formerly fire gods. Because of some curse from Vasishtha Muni, they had to come back to this material world. And it is mentioned that after this birth, they would again re-instantiated to their original demigod form. And now with another wife, Nabhaswati, he had a son, Havirdhana. Now, Havirdhana, so Vijitatsva was also a very great king like Prithu Maharaj. So once he became tired of this all kingly responsibilities, so he gave this son Harivardhana to rule the planet, and then he went to forest to perform tapasya, and he especially worshipped the Supreme Lord as Paramatma in a form called Hamsavrata. And then finally he attained his Vaikuntha planet. That's what it is mentioned. So now this Havirdhana, who was the king, he married Havirdhani and he had 6 sons. And among 6 sons is Barishat. So along with Barishat, they had 6 sons, other 5 sons, Gaya, Shukla, Krishna, Satya, and Jitavrata. So now this Barishat is a Prajapati. No, he's not an ordinary soul. He is also known as Prachina Bhari or Prachina Barishat. So now we'll see, now this king, Prachina Bhari, because he was a Prajapati. So on the order of Lord Brahma, he gets married to a beautiful daughter of Ocean, whose name is Satadruti. So now, during the marriage of Prachina Bhari and Satadruti, when they were circumambulating around the fire god, because that's how we see, right? So usually in a marriage between a couple, so they take vows and they surrender around the fire yajna, because by the sakshi of yajna, they get married as a couple. So when Prachina Bhari and Shatadruti were getting married, and when they were circumambulating around the Agni Dev, so Agni Dev got so much captivated by Shatadruti's beauty. So it is mentioned that he gets captivated, and all the people, all the demigods who assemble for this marriage, they get captivated by the ankle bells of Shatadruti. So Prabhupada mentions that in this material world, no, even the demigods, no, they get agitated, no, by this opposite gender. But it's a great, no, reminder for us that now we being people of Kali Yuga, so how cautious we should be with the material world. So, no, many a times we think, okay, we have been chanting for so many years, we know Bhagavad Gita, we are teaching Bhagavad Gita, we are speaking on Bhagavatam. So sometimes there is a kind of a pride or ahankar in our mind, thinking that, okay, we are little better than other people in dealing with Maya. But here we see Agni Dev, who's a great demigod. No, Agni Dev is actually synonym for purity, right? So most of the time, if we want to purify something, no, we just keep under suns because we know that no, the sun would purify anything. But here we see that even the Surya Dev or Agni Dev is getting agitated. So it is a great reminder for us that no, we have to be very much subordinate to, no, we should be afraid of Maya. We cannot take lenience with Maya, thinking that no, I can do anything because no, I am at a certain position, then probably I have the right or I have the ability to do anything, especially mixing up with opposite gender is very, very much dangerous. Here we can see. So in this context, I also would like to take parallels from Bhagavad Gita. So we see Bhagavad Gita was spoken to a great king or a great warrior, Arjuna. So Arjuna was not an ordinary person. If we try to analyze uh, Arjuna as a person, he was a great warrior. No, he was such a great personality that in the same body he could travel to the upper planetary systems. No, he could travel to Indralok. No, he could get the darshan of Lord Shiva. No, he could fight with Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva no would praise no the skill of Arjuna. He was such a great warrior, and we all know. No, during his time he was the greatest of the warriors. No, he has Gandiva, and it is said that no nobody could stand in front of him. But he also had a great character. No, if you look into the episode when Arjuna went to the Indralok, so I think it is Ramba or Menaka, no, someone who would want to uh, have a union with Arjuna. But no, Arjuna disagrees. No, he rejects the proposal. So just imagine a humanly form of person going to Swargalok and some Apsara is giving a proposal to get a union with her, but Arjuna is still denying that proposal. No, so we can understand. So Arjuna was not only a great warrior, but he was mentally also very strong. No, he was very strong mentally also. No, he was following dharma. No, he would not easily get agitated. So even a person like Arjuna, no, he had to hear Bhagavad Gita from Lord Krishna and no get clarification how he has to act, how he has to. Of course, that's Leela of the Supreme Lord, where great devotee like Arjuna is being utilized as an instrument, so that this message of Bhagavad Gita can be given to the general people for Loka Kalyan. So I think this is a great learning for us also that now we should be very careful when we deal with the material world, especially. No, we may have great wealth, we may be very scholarly, no, we could have many talents, no. But I think to remain humble and then think that no, we may get carried away by Maya should always be at back of our mind. Right? So in this episode, no, when we look at Agni Dev getting attracted to Shratadruti, so this is what Prabhupada mentions in purport, no, that no, even great demigods, sometimes we see that they get carried away by Maya. So we have to be very, very careful when dealing with Maya. And then after, Prachina Bari gets married to Shatadruti, it is mentioned that they give birth to 10 sons, and 10 sons together they are called as prachetas. So now after these 10 prachetas, when they become young, so Prachina Bhari, he advises them that that they have to go and do some tapasya, and then they should come back and then rule the kingdom. So here we see that Prachina Bhari or the Prachetas didn't simply live a very comfortable life uh, in the palace, right? So Prachinabari was worried that this Prachetas, they have to have some sense control before they take some great responsibility or a great position. Because with great position comes a lot of facilities or a lot of comforts, right? And Prachinabari didn't want their sons to just enjoy those comforts or power. So that's why he advises them that no, they should go out and do some tapasya, have some sense control, no, control their senses. No, they have to become master of their senses, and then come back and take this responsible position. And anyway, it is mentioned. Prabhupada mentions that anyway, for a king, after kingly duties, he has to again go back to the jungle, and then he has to meditate upon the Supreme Lord and then achieve Supreme Lord. So we all can understand that whatever we may have in our life, it is very temporary, or whatever situations, we may have a good job, we may have a good family, we may have good position or power or riches, right? But all these are very temporary to actually do our duties. At the end of the day, we have to realize the Supreme Lord and go back to Godhead. So here we see Prachina Bari, who's an emperor, how much riches we can have, how much power we can have, not more than Prachina Bari, who's the emperor of the whole planet. So he also is thinking that my son should have some sense control, and then they should lead a very no dharmic life. Whatever kingly position they take, they have to adhere to the dharma, and then not simply enjoy taking advantage of that position, and then they have to realize the Lord at the end of their life, right? So we can take parallels, and then we can also learn in our life that how whatever we have, it is temporarily given, because of our past karma or by the mercy of Supreme Lord, we are able to get whatever we have. It may be our intelligence, our beauty, our what is say Ashwarya, we could have a lot of riches. So all these things we have to dovetail in the service of the Supreme Lord. That is the permanent, that is a cause, or that is the end goal of our life. So that we need to remember, right? And this is what we can learn from this episode. So now it is said that these Prachetas, after they were ordered by their father that they have to do austerity, tapasya. So it is said that they enter an ocean, and all of them together, they does perform austerities for 10,000 years, and they worship the Supreme Lord, and they recite the Rudra Geet, all these 10,000 years. That's how they take austerity. So when Vidura, because all this conversation is happening between Vidura and Maitreya, so now Vidura, he gets it out. No, how is that the Prachetas, they were able to take darshan of Lord Shiva? Because he says, no, getting darshan of Lord Shiva is very, very rare. No, it is not so common for any person to just have darshan of Lord Shiva, right? And that too, Prachetas who are living on this earthly planet, for them to have darshan of Lord Shiva, that means they would have done something very pious, or they should be very great, to meet Lord Shiva, right? So that's when Maitreya Muni, he mentions that, because the Prachetas, they have accepted to take austerities on the instruction of their father, the Lord Shiva became very pleased with them. So Maitreya Muni, in reply to this question, he mentions that how when the Prachetas were ordered by their father that they have to go and do austerities, so they travel out of their kingdom, and when they keep on walking, so they come to a beautiful place, where they can see a beautiful lake, and it was not an ordinary lake. They saw it was a very huge, beautiful lake, which was calm like the mind of a saint. Its inhabitants appeared very peaceful. So all the surroundings, all the vegetation or the flowers or the birds, they were all not ordinary birds. No, they were not like the ordinary birds which we see on earthly planet. No, they could see some extraordinary birds from different locus also, and they could also see the trees and the bees humming and the creepers. No, they were all looking very celestial actually. And apart from that, they could also hear celestial music. So this sight of lake was very extraordinary for the Prachetas. And when they were observing, all the celestial qualities of this lake, they suddenly saw a personality. They saw a golden complexion with bluish throat and with three eyes form. So they finally saw Lord Shiva approaching them. And when they saw Lord Shiva, they became very pleased, and they paid their obeisances. And then Lord Shiva, he starts talking to them, right? So he says that, no, very good fortune unto you, because you as kids, you as sons of your kingly father, you have obeyed his orders and you have voluntarily come to take austerity. So from here, we see that how Lord Shiva, he actually tells that why the Prachetas are dear to him. So he says, Yahaparam Ramhasya Sakshat Triguna Jiva Samjitat Bhagavantam Vasudevam Prapannam Sa Priyo Hime. So he's telling that anyone, who is surrendered to Bhagavatam Vasudevan, who is surrendered to Vasudev, they are very, very dear to me. So here we see that the Prachetas, they have not yet taken shelter of the Supreme Lord. No, but they just have the desire to do austerity and surrender to the Supreme Lord. So similarly in our life also, no, we may not have surrendered completely to the Supreme Lord, but just when we have a desire to surrender and serve Supreme Lord, so automatically there are great personalities who appear in our life, right? So here we can see the Prachetas just had a desire that they want to surrender and perform austerities. And because of that pure desire what they had, Lord Shiva appears and he says, because you're desiring to surrender to the Supreme Lord, so you are very, very dear to me. And then he goes on to say this Rudra Greet, from verse number 33 to 68. Lord Shiva, he recites prayers in praising the Supreme Lord. And he advises at the end the Prachetas that this Rudra Greet, whatever prayers I have recited now, you please recite them and take austerity. So this is what they take, and for 10,000 years in the same lake, in that same water body, that ocean, they actually recite these prayers. So this Rudra Greet, if we see, so they are divided into 4 different parts. So initially, Lord Shiva actually pays obeisances to the different forms of the Supreme Lord. And he prays to the presiding deities so that all his senses and mind and intelligence, they can be purified so that he can actually view the form of the Lord. And once, he prays to the Chaturvya form, the Lord, and the different presiding deities of the Indriyas, then he starts seeing and he starts glorifying the beautiful form of the Lord. So that is from 44 to 53. And ultimately, after he glorifies the form of the Lord, then he praises the bhakti and the bhakta, right? So at the end, he prays to the Lord that no, by your mercy, I want to be in association of your devotees forever. And finally, he talks how the Supreme Lord creates this material world and what is the different relationship between the Lord and the material. So with this, he ends Rudra Gita. So this is a very big no set of shlokas from 33 to 68. So it is almost like about some 35 shlokas, no, which this Rudra Gita consists of. So we see here, so initially, Lord Shiva, he is praying to the Chitravyuha, no? The Vasudeva, Shankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha form of the Supreme Lord. And he's begging, no? We can see here that he is praying to the Vasudeva so that he can have a good consciousness, no? His chitta becomes purified, no? So that he can meditate on the form of the Lord. And he prays to Shankarshana for purifying his ahankara, right? So, Jivatma, no, when we come to this material world, so automatically we come in touch with this body and then we try to relate ourselves with this body. So this is what is false ego or ahankar. So now Lord Shiva is praying that no, I should not be attached to this body, but I should be attached to my real self, who is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord and who should be serving the Supreme Lord. So, but by default, when a person is there in this material world, he's having this false ego that he identifies with his material body. So this is what he is praying to Sankarshana, that no, may my ahankar become purified so that I can see the beautiful form of the Lord. And he's praying to Pradyumna so that his intelligence, buddhi can be purified, so which he can utilize in actually praising the form of the Lord. And finally, he prays to Aniruddha for purifying his mana, mind. No, so he's Lord Shiva is initially offering praise to this Chaturvyuha so that his chitta, ahankara, buddhi, and mana, all these four elements can be purified, and he has the ability to see the Supreme Lord or form of the Supreme Lord. So he also uh, praise to the presiding deities. So for Surya, for Agni, Indra, Soma, who all are presiding deities for our taste, for our sight, for our vacha, right? So he's praying to all these presiding deities so that all his senses, they all get purified so that he can see and glorify the form of the Supreme Lord. So now in the next part of the Rudra Gita, we see that how Lord Shiva, from verse number 44 to 52, is actually praising the beautiful form of the Lord. So we see here, he starts with glorifying the beauty of the beautiful form of the Lord. He says, Darshanam no drikshunam dehi bhagavatarchitam rupam priyatatma swanam sarvendriya gunanjanam. So he is looking at the beautiful form of the Lord and he's telling that no, I want to see the form of the Lord, which is Rupam Priyatamam Swanam. No, the Rupam, which is very, very dear to your devotees. So he's very particular. No, Lord Shiva is being very, very particular, saying that I want to see that form of the Lord, which is very, very dear to your devotees. Because when I have the darshan of this form, Sarvendriya Gunanjana, no, all my indriyas, no, they get satisfied, right? So when we go to temple and take the darshan of Gandharvika Giridhari, so no, all our indriyas, they get satisfied, right? So we see Lord, the form of beautiful form of the Lord, no, our eyes, they get pleased. We hear, no, the chanting, no, sometimes we hear devotees praising the Supreme Lord with different prayers or even his holy name is enough to satisfy our ears. And then we smell, the fragrance, of the flowers or tulsi, which are emanating, right, in the air. And finally, we also, our tongue also is satisfied with the prasadam which is served. So with this, we can see like how Lord Shiva is telling that if I can take the darshan of the Lord form, which is very pleasing to his devotees, then all my indriyas, all my senses, all the demands of my senses, because eyes want to see, ears want to hear, nose want to smell, no, our vacha, no, we want to talk or we want to taste something with our tongue. So all these demands of the senses, they can simply be satisfied when we take the darshan of the Supreme Lord. Right? So further, he also glorifies the beauty of the Lord. Oh, he says how the Lord is having this dark complexion, like a rain cloud, and how he is the sum total of all beauty, Sarva Saundarya Sangraham. No, he is actually embodiment of the total beauty of this whole creation. There cannot be anything which can actually be more beautiful than the form of the Lord. And he's also praising the four long arms of the Lord, which with a beautiful face, right? And then he further goes on praising the Supreme Lord's beauty. Padmakoshal Palakshanam Sundara Bhru Sumakshikam Sudvijam Sukapolasham Samakarna Vibhushanam. So here he is actually glorifying the Padma Koshala, no? The lotus petals like ice. And he's also praising the eyebrows of the Supreme Lord, beautiful nose of the Supreme Lord, how his forehead is very no broad, and how he's having a Samakarna Vibhushanam, no, how he's having a very symmetric, no, decorated ears. Right? And then he praises the Supreme Lord. Priti prahastita pangam alaikai rupa shobhitam lasat pankaja kinjalka dukulam rishta kundalam. So again, he is depicting the beautiful face of the Lord, where he's telling that no, the Lord is giving a side glance, with a lot of joy. That side glance which the Supreme Lord is having, it indicates a lot of affection for his devotees, and his beautiful face, is enhanced by his curly hairs on the face, and then his lasat pankaja King no, his cloth, it is glowing yellow like a lotus pollen, and he is having very beautiful shining kundalam, the earrings. And then he mentions Bruhat Krita, Spruhat Kirita Valaya Haranupura Mekalam Shankachakra Gada Padma Balamanyuttamai Ditmat. So here he is also praising the Lord, how he is having a kirita, no? Uh, he's having crown, he's decorated with bracelets, and he's having necklace, and how he's holding Shanka Chakra Gada Padma in his hand, and how beautifully, they are enhancing his beauty. And then it is mentioned that Simha Skanda Tishobhibhrat, that how like a lion shoulder, his broad shoulders like lion, they are shining because of the jewels. So because he has worn so much of jewels, so his broad shoulders of like that of a simha, they are shining. Shaubhaga Griva Kaustubham. So he's also mentioning how the Supreme Lord is having this Kaustubham jewel around his neck, and how he's taking or he's having this mark of Lakshmi Devi on his heart, no, which actually surpasses even the uh, Chintamani, no, the gold touchstone is also becomes, very nothing in front of this, mark of a goddess Lakshmi on his chest. And then he praises the Supreme Lord, uh, the navel and belly. So he mentions that how the Supreme Lord, no, he is actually sprouting this universe out of his navel, and how that universe also, this material world also thinking, no, no, Lord's navel is so beautiful that I want to go back again into his navel. No, even the Prakriti, which is emanating from his navel, when it comes out, no, it is also thinking that, no, I wish to go back again into that beautiful navel. So that's how the beautiful form of the Lord is described. And finally, so we see here Lord Shiva is glorifying the Supreme Lord's form from top, like from his forehead to his chest and then navel and then his lotus feet finally. So this is very, very different from other prayers what we see, which are offered by other devotees of the Lord. So generally when we see prayers which are offered by great devotees of the Lord, we see that they offer their prayers first to the lotus feet of the Lord, and slowly then they praise the thigh and then the navel, the abdomen of the Lord, in the chest, and then the beautiful face of the Lord. But here we see in Rudragit, no, Lord Shiva, he takes a different opposite path where he's first, praising Lord's face, and then finally he's coming to the lotus feet. So in the last verse, no, uh, uh, mm, Lord Shiva, he praises the lotus feet and he compares his lotus feet to the two lotus petals. No, and he says that this toenails, the effulgence which is emanated from the toenails of the Supreme Lord's lotus feet is enough to dissipate the darkness in anyone's heart, or dissipate the darkness of the whole universe. No, that is the power of the lotus feet of, no, not even the lotus feet. He's talking about no effulgence coming from the toenail of the lotus feet of the Lord. And then he's describing that, no, Padam Guru Marga Guru Stamo Jusham, no, that you are the prime Guru, no, who can actually teach us bhakti, and you can remove the tamoguna, no, that covering of ignorance from us. No? So here we see that, no, after Lord Shiva, he's first praying to all the presiding deities. He's taking their blessings. He's trying to purify his man, ahankar, chitta, and buddhi. And then he's praying to all the presiding deities of senses, all the demigods, and he's praying to them that all his senses get purified. And then now we have seen that how he praises the beautiful form of the Lord. And after praising the beautiful form of the Lord, no, Lord Shiva is telling, no, what is the use? No, he's telling that what is the result of meditating on the supreme form of the Lord? He's telling that a person becomes purified and he becomes abhaya. No, he is not afraid of the death. No, that is what he's telling. So whoever is meditating on the beautiful form of the Lord, so he achieves the bhakti. And now we'll see in the few shlokas how Lord Shiva is actually praising the process of bhakti and also the bhakta, no, the devotee. So we can see that Lord Shiva is mentioning that once someone who meditates on the beautiful form of the Lord, so they achieve bhakti. And because they achieve bhakti, they also achieve nirbhaya in their life. No, they are not worried. They are not afraid of this material world. They are not afraid by the time, by the factor of time. You know, So if you look at the factor of time, it is mentioned that no, by time factor, everything gets destroyed, right? So if you look at ourselves, by time we become old, our intelligence, our beauty, our strength, they all diminishes. And even things get destroyed by time. But here, Lord Shiva is telling, no, but this time doesn't have any effect on devotees. No, they are like time cannot touch devotees because they are completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord. And this devotional service, Lord Shiva says that it is very, very rare. No, it is very rare that even Indra and Brahma desires this bhakti, but it is not obtainable. He says, Durlabha Sarva Dehinam. No, for any person, this bhakti mata, this bhakti to obtain is very, very durlabha. But only who meditates upon you, who performs devotional service onto you, only they can obtain this bhakti. And he says that no, this bhakti is very, very rare, right? And then he also praises that no, everything in this material world get destroyed by time, but the devotees are not touched by the time. So only by time they come closer to the Supreme Lord. Only by time they come closer to their goal of going back to Godhead, right? But all other people, who are materialistic in nature, they are afraid of time. No, they're becoming old. No, time is destroying everything what they have achieved in their life, right? So that's what So Lord Shiva, he's telling how rare it is to get bhakti and how great it is to get bhakti. And now he is praying that how he wants a moment of association of such a devotee. No, he's comparing. No, he's in this verse he's telling that half moment of association of a devotee is superior than Bhagavata Sangasya. No, he's telling that the association of a devotee for half a moment also is greater than Swarga and Moksha. Right? See how Lord Shiva himself is praising the association of devotees. So we all are very grateful by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and previous acharyas and our Gurudev and all senior Vaishnavas, who have taken part, in giving us this sadhu sang. We should be very, 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 very much feel gratitude and very appreciative of this fact that that we have such a good, great association of devotees. No, amongst them, we can praise the Supreme Lord, we can recite, we can do Krishna Katha, we can understand the goal of our life. We can understand how, though Krishna says this is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, but becoming a devotee, how we can be happy every moment, not only in this life, but eternally we can be happy. So here, Lord Shiva himself is praising, not even a shana. He's telling half moment of association of a devotee is greater than anything what we can get in this material world. And Krishna, and then he further says that only by your mercy that I can get association of your pure devotees. So here we see after Lord Shiva is praising the beautiful form of the Lord, and then he's praising both Bhakta and Bhakti. No, he's praising the process of bhakti and he's praising the bhaktas who are doing the bhakti towards the Supreme Lord. And here he's praying to the Supreme Lord that let me get association of your pure devotee. And because this would also give me abhaya in my life, right? And then finally, Lord Shiva, he talks how the Supreme Lord, he is controlling everything. He is controlling the creation of the material world. He's controlling the maintenance and also the destruction of the material world. So Bhairika, no, outwardly we see, okay, it is Lord Brahma who is creating the Brahmanda, it is Lord Vishnu who is maintaining, and it is Lord Shiva who is annihilating. But here we see, no, Lord Shiva is telling that no, you are doing everything, no, by your all pervading Brahman, and how in the universal form you are maintaining, no, in the form of Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu, no, you are creating this material world, and as Paramatma, you are actually maintaining everything, and how by time, no, everything get distracts and annihilates, and of course the devotees don't get annihilated, right? So this is what, no, Lord Shiva teaches to the prachetas. No, he says that you please recite all these prayers which have recited onto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, and then he says that by reciting these prayers, and he also says that no, this Rudra Geet which I have recited has been taught to me by Lord Brahma. No, it is Lord Brahma who is my father who has taught me these prayers and who has ordered me to actually recite this and maintain, take up whatever the duty which Lord Shiva has been taking care. So he also advises that along with your duty, whatever you do, you please recite this Rudra Geet. And then at the last, it is mentioned like how a person, who hears this Rudra Geet gets knowledge. He gets knowledge, he gets Shraddha, or he gets faith, or he gets bhakti towards the Supreme Lord, and he can attain anything, whatever he desires in his mind. And then he attains freedom from the bondage, right? And then how reciting this Rudra Geet or hearing to this Rudra Geet is actually equivalent to thousands of years of tapasya. So with this, Lord Shiva, he actually uh, tells Prachetas that they can take the austerity of reciting this Rudra Geet, and Prachetas taking the words of Lord Shiva, they actually perform austerities for 10,000s of years in the same lake from which Lord Shiva has appeared. And we see that while Prachetas are performing bhakti towards the Supreme Lord, on the other side, we see that Prachina Bhari, who is their father, he's actually doing karma kanda. He's actually just doing the duties of a king, but he is not doing devotional service. So Narad Muni, feeling very compassionate towards Prachina Bhari, he goes to Prachina Bhari and then he instructs him in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord, which we'll see in the next chapter. So here we conclude with the Falashruti, how a person, he gets knowledge, he gets anything what he desires, he gets a freedom from bondage, and he gets equivalent to austerities of 10,000 years of tapasya. So this is the Falashruti. So with this, we conclude this chapter. So if anybody is having any comments or any questions, so please forgive me again for my recitation. I am very bad at recitation, but I thought because these are the shlokas which are chosen by Lord Shiva himself to glorify the Supreme Lord. So I just made some attempt to recite and then look into the meanings of those shlokas. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So anybody is having any comment or any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandvat Pranam Prabhuji.
Dhandu pranam.
Thank you Prabhuji for the wonderful class, and it was as always your class is like a nectar, Prabhu. And the way you told us the Falashruti also, that if we hear this Rudra Geet, how we can have a intense desire that whatever desire we'll have, like devotees always will have desire to get the devotional service. So we can have the desire, and that is the very very beautiful thing that you explained, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one point which I need little bit more clarification. Prabhu, you mentioned that devotees are not bound by time, where
Yes.
other material people. So, Prabhu, can you explain on that point a little more, Prabhuji?
So Mataji, so because a person is devoted to the Supreme Lord, he becomes nirbhaya. So if you take example of Prahlad Maharaj, you know, the canto which we are reciting in temple, we see that Prahlad Maharaj, he undergoes so many difficult situations, right? So he's pushed from his mountain cliff. He's put in a cave with snakes. Now, he's just a 5-year-old kid, no? Now, if you compare all the things which have happened to you in this lifetime, right? If you compare to what Prahlad Maharaj has undergone, we can see how because of bhakti, because of surrender or to the what kind of faith Prahlad Maharaj had, he was nirbhaya at all times, right? But if you look on the other side, Lord Indra and all other demigods or the Rishi Munis, they were all afraid of Hiranyakashipu, right? Because they didn't surrender 100% to the Supreme Lord, so they still had that bhaya in their heart. But on the other side, we see how Prahlad Maharaj is nirbhaya, right? So similarly, if we look at the factor of time, so what time does actually? No, basically time puts us in difficulties. Basically, it can be our old age, disease, or we may lose something because of time factor. Today we may have something, but tomorrow we don't know. We may not have something, or today we may be very comfortable. Tomorrow we may face some problems. Now it is all because of time factor. So here, how we can understand is because a devotee is completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord, he is abhaya. No, he's not afraid. So whatever situation comes, he knows that it is the will of the Lord, and this is happening because of the mercy of the Lord. So if it is happening, then he would protect me from this situation, or he would give me the intelligence to come out of the situation, or probably he wants me to learn something out of the situation. So in any case, no, in any case, it is for our own good only. So this is what a devotee has a faith in his heart. So with that faith, he is nirbhaya. So the factor of time doesn't affect him in his life. So this is how we can understand. So hope that answers your question, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu, Dandot Pranam. Am I audible, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Dandot
Prabhu.
Pranam.
Yes.
Okay.
You are audible now. Earlier you were not audible, but
Okay. Okay.
now you're audible. Yes.
Thank you for the most wonderful class, Prabhu. Excellent. Thank you for taking us through this beautiful Rudra Gate. And it's very, very nectarian and how to say it, helping to focus on bhakti so much. I had a question. Here we can see Rudra Gate is such an elevated subject or topic, and then it was advised to the Prachedas. However, we can see that using Rudragit also, they had to do intense austerity for 10,000 years. So there also they had to put in so much of effort. So probably that is why our acharyas have given us very simple solution of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So shall we understand that for our ages, that we should very much focus on this advice, and then these elevated topics we take as inspiration to help us to continue in that. Is that the way of understanding? Because sometimes this confusion comes into mind. There are so many elevated topics coming in Bhagavatam. Then why don't we learn Rudra Gita as an example? But then we understand probably that it's very difficult in this age to learn it and then do tapasya for 10,000 years, or not possible at all. Is that the way we should understand, Prabhuji?
Right. So that is very good question, Prabhu. So what Krishna sees is not the quantity, right? He sees quality. So he doesn't see like, okay, in a home, one devotee is offering me chappan bhog, then he's a great devotee. But in other home, he's just offering me, some flour or some fruits and water and tulsi. He doesn't quantify that, oh, okay. So that is not criteria for the Supreme Lord. What is criteria is the surrenderness, right? So it doesn't matter whether we are able to do 10,000 years of austerity. Maybe we may not have the ability, right? But with whatever situation we are in this Kali Yuga, and whatever we have been advised by our Guru, Srila Prabhupada, our Acharyas, if we are able to surrender 100% to those instructions, then Lord Krishna is happy with us. So, with all these uh, instructions, no, what we hear from Srimad Bhagavatam, especially Rudragrit and other places where we see how devotees are taking great austerity. So we should be inspired to take austerities. Of course, we may not be inspired to take austerities for 10,000 years, but we should be inspired to take austerities with 100% of our ability. We may not have the ability to do 10,000 of years of tapasya, but we should push ourselves and perform austerities to our best of ability, following the instructions of our Guru, Srila Prabhupada, and our Acharyas. So if we can do that, Lord Krishna is very much pleased with us. He would not see, okay, Prachetas have done 10,000 years of tapasya and Rajeshwar Prabhu is doing only 100 years of tapasya. So I don't think Krishna uh, quantifies. He sees the quality. He sees the 100% what we can do. Even Prahlad Maharaj, no, when uh, everybody is trying to pacify Narshima. So after the word of Hiranyakashipu, so everybody thought, okay, now it is done and we can go back. But everybody is seeing that no, Lord Narshima is still angry. He's not getting pacified. Then Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, Lord Indra, all the Muni, all the great personalities from the higher planetary system, they offer their prayers to Lord Narshima. But even after that, they see that no, Lord Narsimhadev is not pacified. Then Lord Brahma, he just tells Lord, Prahlad Maharaj, can you please try and pacify? No, none of us are able to pacify Narsimha. Then, so of course, there are very big prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, which he offers. But in this context, first two verses are very important for us actually to understand. So Prahlad Maharaj, he says, no, that all these famous personalities, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Indra, and all the munis from Satyaloka, no, they have tried to pacify you. But I am a small 5-year-old kid, no, who doesn't have proper knowledge of Shastras also. And I am born in a what? In a demon kula. So how I can pacify you? Then next he says that, oh, you don't look at the knowledge, the beauty, the kula, no, but you look at only the bhakti. And he gives example of Gajendra. No, Prahlad Maharaj is giving example of Gajendra, saying that Gajendra is an elephant who didn't had any qualification, but still you were satisfied by his prayers which he offered. So that means only a sincere surrender to you, and with whatever capacity a person has, if he just surrenders and praises you, you are satisfied because you look only at the bhakti, you don't look at the qualification, you don't look at the quantity of work they're doing. So that's what Prahlad Maharaj says. So for us also, we may not look at our qualification. No, if we look at our qualification, we are nothing in front of prachetas or great personalities which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. But with whatever mati, with whatever intelligence we have, with whatever capacity we have, we should make sure that we are 100% surrendered to the Supreme. That is the only criteria we should think that we need to fulfill. All other things we may not be eligible to fulfill. So that's how I see and I understand, Prabhu. I hopefully have answered your question.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very clear, crystal clear answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Any other comments or questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
I want to thank you and for the wonderful class and nice questions. Have all answered our doubts already. So very nice, very nectarian class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mataji. So I would like to thank all devotees and whatever I could hear or learn from senior Vaishnavas and read from Srila Prabhupada's book. So hopefully I would have done some justice. And if there is any mistakes, I know I would have done a lot of mistakes in reciting shlokas. So please forgive me. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।